Hi everyone, Cheryl here with a video for a really reasonable ribbon and for the scrapping cottage using CottageCutz dies and really reasonable ribbon. And so let's go ahead and get started. First off, I used just a teapot album that I had purchased, and I've also used really reasonable ribbons, ivory sateen, and that's for the big bows and then to tie my album together. And then I've also used seam binding on the tea time tags that I've used right here. And the tea time tags are CottageCutz dies. And then I also made a little mat for a couple photos to go on, one on the front and one on the back. And then added some more really reasonable ribbon, and I believe that's the oatmeal sateen. Actually, it might be a different color. I use so many different sateens, I probably can't keep them all straight. Okay, sorry. I've also used really reasonable ribbons lace on the bottom, and I doubled that up to kind of make it a little wider. This one's in ivory, and I've used it up here as well with the pearls. And then for the CottageCutz that I went ahead and used is the oval doily. I used that for behind the teacup and saucer. And then I used the decorative spoon, the napkin and the decorative spoon on the front. And the napkin and the teacup are both cut out with K & Company design paper. And then I just added some wild orchid flowers and one little handmade rose that I made, and then some buttons here. And I think that's pretty much it for my front page. So there's just a pocket so you can add pictures and a little bit of journaling for both the photos. And so let's go ahead and open it up. And so now for my second page here, I went ahead, I wanted to do a little mini for this album. I thought it would be super cute to do a little teapot mini using the CottageCutz die. And so that's what I've done right here, is I made a mini, and I'll show you that in a moment. This little photo mount that I pulled out, I just made, and I used really reasonable ribbon sateen for the bow, and then just added some flowers. And then I used a more really reasonable ribbon here, and they're all sateen, and here. And then for the piece that holds the mini, it was actually recycled. I can't remember what came in it, but I cut it in half using a box cutter and saved the other half for my other teapot mini that I'm going to be doing. And so that way it'll house this little teapot. And this little teapot is the tall CottageCutz teapot, and it opens up, and you can go ahead and put photos on the inside and then also on the back side. So there's plenty of room for photos in this, and I just thought it would be a super cute and fun thing to put inside a mini album. And so that just goes in there. And then the photo mat, and you can put a photo or writing on the back. I just thought I like doing the albums and doing different things for the insides of them, make them fun. And then I also did the little mini tea cakes. I love these things. I have a video on how I did the tea cakes, and you can find that video on the CottageCutz blog. It's in the video bar. And right here, whoops, sorry, I used the Silky Crush ribbon and just gathered it up along the side, and then just added pearls to it. You can see some of them. And the pearls are also from really reasonable ribbon. And what about, am I missing anything else? This is vintage lace that I've added. I added a feather, and then some wedding spray right here, Prima flowers. And I think that's it for this page. And so for my next page, I wanted to do a little calendar. You can use it. It could be a little mini again because there's room for photos for each month, or you can use it on your desk. And so that just comes out of the pocket. You could probably add a photo here. But this little mini, I used the CottageCutz Sugar and Cream alphabet to do June through November. And then I added 2 more of the little mini tea cakes. I love those. They're so cute. And what I was thinking is for like the month of June, if you had something special going on or a picture taken, you can add it to the back here and then note your date on here. And same for the other months. And then here's some more Really Reasonable ribbon on that. And so that just slides back in there. So I would use it as a little mini to keep inside the album. And then I used the Tea Time doily, and I ran the seam binding in blue through this, and then again the napkin and the spoons, and then some more lace from Really Reasonable ribbon. And that's it for this page. On my next page, here, this is the tutorial I have right now on the Really Reasonable Ribbon blog. It's how to do your ruffled flower using the double ruffled plaid ribbon from Really Reasonable Ribbon. Super fun and easy to make. And then just add a pearl to the center. Hopefully you can see that. And they're super sweet. And you can do, this one's a 3/4 of an inch size, but I think I've done the 3/4, 1, and 1 3/8, I think, sizes on these. You just use a little more ribbon with each size as you go up. Anyway, so on my page here, I used the polka dot ribbon from Really Reasonable Ribbon. Both of these here are those. And then I used the red velvet on the Tea Time tag right here. If you could see that. I used the red pearls, again from Really Reasonable Ribbon, and then the white ones down here. And I used the box pleated trim. And this is new from Really Reasonable Ribbon. This is really, really pretty stuff. I love that. Anyways, I made a gatefold, and I used the Darling strawberries. I love these. These are the CottageCutz minis, and they're the strawberries. And those came out in the Tea Time release as well. And the little cup here. And then, of course, I used the spoon and the napkin. Had to use those. I love them. And then the doily, again, is on the back. I just kind of cut it. You know, I cut it out and then fit it to the one side of the gate fold, so I wanted to do that. So when you open this up, there's room to add photos. So you can put one here, and one here, and then I made pockets, and there's more room for another photo. So here's a mat here, and a mat here. So those are the 2 side mats. A tag for some writing, and then a larger mat for another photo, or actually 2 photos can go on that. But I like when minis have more room than just doing one thing on it, so it's nice to have the interaction with the pages and having more spots to add photos. And so that's what I've done here. And so that's that page. And then on my next page, what I did, oops, if you can see, I used the acetate and made a pocket. And I used some of the ribbon from Really Reasonable Ribbon down the sides, and then put pearls. And I'll list all the ribbons that I've used on Really Reasonable Ribbon's blog and my blog as well. And let's see what else. I used the seam binding to do all the little ruched flowers in here, and then in here, and then right here. And then I added some pearls to the center of the 3 of them. And you should be able to see that. And then this little thing, it pulls out. It's like a trifold, and it opens up, and there's room for 3 pictures in the inside, and then 3 on the outside. And I thought that would be fun just to add your pictures and then slide them back in. And then you'll be able to see whatever pictures on the front here, you'll be able to see through that window right there. And that's it. And I hope you enjoyed my video today on my teapot mini album. I had fun making this, and thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you next time. Have a nice day.